Hello, my friends. Welcome to Home and Garden. So today I am going to show you all my hellebores from my garden. This is actually in my backyard, and I'll show it to you. The one that I have it also in my front yard. So please come with me and enjoy the tour. Hybrid hellebores get their common name Lenten Rose. Lenten Rose grow on zones 4 to 9 and they are evergreen in zone 6 to 9. They bloom between February to May and the bloom size is from 2 to 3.5 inches. Their height is between 18 to 24 inches tall and 24 inches wide. They like partial shade and well-drained soil. This is a very low-maintenance plant. They are deer resistant. This is the first hellebore that I have in my yard. I started to divide them and also pick all the baby hellebore and move them in the other part of my yard. So now I do have a lot of hellebore from the backyard and also in the front yard. So I choose to plant hellebores on this side because my yard is a little slope. So this side, it's better to see all the blooms, especially their blooms are downward facing. I combine them with ferns, blue and pink bells, primroses, lilies, and also tulips. So this is the first time that I add bleeding heart in the side of my backyard. And look, the color of white and pink, it matches the color of my Lenten Rose. They have a combination of pink and white. So this 3 Lenten Rose, I separated it and got it from that mother plant. This is actually planted early fall. So welcome to my front yard. This is actually the driveway, and here I plant hellebores from this side all the way to that end of my driveway. I love to plant them in here because they are perennial and you can keep the foliage all year round. And then but this time they're all blooming and they are so pretty looking from the street, and the light pink is really nice to combine with other plants. Especially I'm so excited to show it to you later on because I do have a different kind of lilies planted with this hellebores on the driveway. So I also add this Irish and also more lilies on the side. I have light pink and also a white pink of lilies. They are the tiny one, and also I have the Oriental Asiatic lilies on this side. So on the other side of the driveway, I add the boxwood with this upright plugs, and they are very scented plugs. And I do alternate the boxwood plugs and also the Lenten Rose. So this is the other side of my front yard. I add the bleeding heart and the oriental lilies, and also I have some columbine that planted together with my hellebore. So I planted this hellebore and this pathway close to our front door. They didn't bloom yet. It's been here for about 2 years now. But I like it because even in winter time, I do have some colors on this side. So hellebore is planted behind these pots of my primroses, and this is a different kind of hellebores compared to the one that I've showed you. This one, the foliage, they have a white line on it, and there are tinier, smaller than the hellebore that has a pink flower. This one is like the dwarf version of what I have in the backyard. They look so beautiful as well. I only have a few of this. I divide them early last year, and I put some of them on the pots, but they're not really doing good. So hopefully on this side next to my deck, hopefully they will thrive and grow healthy. This side of my flower beds, I do have all the primroses, the hostas, daylilies, and hydrangeas. I add in between hostas, I alternate them with hellebores, and this one I have them for about 2 years now. So this is all the hellebores that planted again on my driveway. This bundle especially, they're already almost done. You can see the brown spots on the flowers. And also with this single flower, there's a lot of seed buds. And this single bud, you'll see a lot of seeds. At this time, which is first week of May, they're not ready to be picked yet. I'm just gonna show it to you what the seeds look like. There are white at this time because they're still young and it's not ready to be picked and not ready to be planted.
So the seeds are ready to be picked around summertime. You will see it because all of these flowers that you can see right now, they're all pink, light pink, dark pink, and you'll tell if they're almost done because this pink color will actually turn to green. It will be like this, and it's gonna be darker green. I will update you for another video on how to trim them, how to remove all these dead flowers. So all you're gonna have for winter time is just this foliage. All these flowers gonna be gone. You'll have to trim them and leave all this foliage just to keep it as evergreen, and you'll have colors during fall and winter time. So some of the seeds of the hellebores or Lenten Rose, because there's a lot on my yard, I'm behind to pick all of them. So what they're doing are they're reseeding all and dropping everything on the ground. So this is what happened. So this is all the seeds from last year. All of that. And what I'm doing for me to propagate and get more and plant more around my garden is to pick one by one. And this is how I do. So I just loosen a little bit. I'm just going to use this stick over here. It's not hard to remove from the ground because the roots, they're not really very sturdy yet. So you're just going to loosen it a little bit and you pick them slowly. They're a little bit fragile. So what you can do is just wiggle a little bit. Try to support from the very bottom without breaking this soft part of the hellebore. So as you can see, there's their roots already. Here, they're shallow roots. So just support and wiggle a little bit. There you go. So as long as you have this much of roots, they should be okay. So I don't plant them like single like this. You can if you only have few from your yard, but for me, since I have tons of them all the way here, and each bundle of my hellebore, they drop seeds. So I have to patiently pick all of these new plants, the baby hellebores, and put them as a bundle so I can plant them on the other sides or on the pots so it's ready for next year. So this one is just a sample. You can just pick. I do like maybe at least 10 to 15, and I plant them directly in the ground or put them in the pot. So these are the baby hellebores that I picked last year, and I put directly in the ground, and this is how they look like now. They're very healthy. And some of them, they don't really survive. So that's why it's better to do a bundle when you plant them, because sometimes even though you put like about 10-15 sometimes 10-15 baby hellebore, sometimes this is just how much you have left. So like this one, I only have about 9 in here. Some of them died. And on the other side, I put them on the pot. So either way, as long as you keep them moist, it's okay. They will survive. They don't really like direct sun, like all day sun. Just the morning sun, a little sun and partly shade is fine. And that's why I actually put all of this. I plant them underneath this rhodie plant, so they have a shade during the afternoon. And that's how much I have from last year. And you just need to be patient to pick them, because this is a lot. But then once you have them on the proper place, and you need to plant them and design them in your garden, you already have it. So you save money on that one. You don't have to buy a lot from the store, because at this time they're so expensive. So doing this technique will help you to save money. On this side, I do have a lot of hellebores as well. This is the seeds that I collect from the plant, and I just sow them in here, and look, that's a lot of the seeds. So I can give it away to friends. And for this, you have to separate it, because this is a lot of this space. And also, I just saw it in here, so I can move them and add them to some of the other shade plant. So this hellebore here, I combine with this pink hydrangea. They're very pretty to see when they both bloom. Right now, I only have the Lenten Rose blooming on this side. So I combine them with the daylilies. I have a background roses. This is the upright roses. And this in here, I don't see the bloom yet. This one, they have darker red flowers. You see how beautiful the foliage are? They're already adding beauty in my garden. So I love it. This is the new shoot, which is, you want to keep all of this. Do not cut it when they're done blooming. Do not cut this new shoot, because that's what you're going to keep it until next year, and they are ready to bloom again. So after they turn brown, they actually started pink, like really light pink, and then they turn green. This is a good sample. And then they would turn brown. So all of the stalk over here, all the way down, you have to trim it on the ground. So this is the stalk of this flower, and keep all the foliage. So I just want to add a little more on how to propagate this hellebore. So you can do by seedlings, and also you can divide them. And like for this one, this is a big bundle of the hellebores already, and I can divide this by half and add to other side of my garden that don't have any hellebore, especially the one that I have it on the shaded area. So seedlings, and also doing dividing of this hellebore is also a nice one to get more hellebore to your garden. Thank you so much for watching my blog, and I hope to see you soon.